This podcast will fail. Mostly because nobody's going to listen to it. But you might prove me wrong. Who knows? Episode 44. And hi, how are you? If you don't know, I'm just some guy. I'm nobody. Who I am and where I am is completely irrelevant to the conversations that I come here to have with you and with myself. I want to hear from you, though. I want this conversation to be with you. If you are here with me today, friend, I invite you to scroll down to the description of this podcast. There is a link. That link will take you over to anchor.fm and allow you to leave me a voicemail. It's really easy if you're doing this on your phone. A little more complicated if you're on a PC or a Mac, but hey, I want you to tell me your story. Specifically, I want you to answer this question. What's important to you? So all week I have been putting that call out there, looking to see if anybody steps up to the plate and answers my question. What's important to you? I haven't gotten any responses yet, but you know what? This is new and this is different. And I know from previous experiences in digital projects like this that people can be a little bit gun shy. So let me reiterate, there is no wrong way to do it. There's no pressure. There's no wrong answer. What's important to you is what's important to you. It could be a person. It could be a place. It could be a thing. It can be a memory. It could be a concept. It can be a value of yours. It can be something that you cherish, something that you treasure. It could be somebody very important in your life. I want to just know what's important to you, and I want to share your voice here on the podcast. So going week to week with this, every week I'll have a new question. So we'll see if I actually get any replies to this or any of the other ones in the course of this week. I will certainly be happy to circle back and cover those before I move on to next week's question, which I'm still working through what next week's question will be. Haven't made that decision just yet, but please scroll below, hit the link, and it doesn't even matter if you listen to what I say for the rest of this podcast from here. It's fine. I've got a little story I want to tell you about a thing, right? An object that I own, that I treasure. Something that is very, very important to me, and I'll tell you why. But I would love to hear your story as well. So leave me a voicemail. Let me know. I'll get you in on this podcast. So for the final episode here of this week's look at what's important to you, what's important to me, I want to talk to you. Take it out here. I want to talk to you about my wallet. Yes, you heard me. I want to talk to you about my wallet. Okay? You might find this interesting. Bear with me a minute. So, I have owned this wallet for a very long time. A very, very long time. I got this wallet at the age of 13. This wallet was a gift from my mother. It's a very specific wallet. And I, again, whatever, I'm not good at math, whatever 45 minus 14 is that 31 years? So call it 30 years. I have had this wallet. My mother passed away 20 years ago. 20 years ago. And I believe it was May, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was May of the year 2000 that my mom passed. Very young. She was 50 years old. Health complications took her life very early. But she was a very interesting woman. She was a very outspoken, loud, obnoxious, proudly combative woman. She prided herself on making you aware of her opinions. And so I'll describe the wallet first, and then I'll tell you why it's so important to me. This is a Harley Davidson 100% genuine American leather wallet with 2 snaps on the top. Okay, you can, by looking at it, just barely make out the last remnants of an orange Harley Davidson logo across the top. Now, 30 years in and out of my back pocket, there is still a remnant of that Harley Davidson logo. Next to the 2 snaps, next to the 2 snaps on the front here is a little grommet, little open grommet that at one time, very early on, had a silver chain, and that silver chain went to a silver carabiner, a small one. And that was the motorcycle style at the time, right? And this is in the early 90s. So there was a period of time that I did wear the chain off the back of the wallet, and that would clip onto one of the belt loops on my pants. And I think I only wore that chain piece for like a year or 2, and then I got annoyed with it because it was just constantly in my way, and I was changing anyways, and I was doing different things, but that's okay. So for 30 years, this damn thing has held up remarkably well, unbelievably well. And there have been years when, like, some guys, what's contained in the wallet has gotten completely out of control, in terms of, like, you know, an 1.5 inch thick worth of business cards and, you know, different identification cards and credit cards and all these other cards and whatever in and out of this thing. There's even some crap in here now that I probably need to throw up. What is this? Throw up, throw out. Hey, there you go. Leave that in. Don't edit that out. Here's an out-of-date appointment card from my daughter. It was October 5th. We don't need that card anymore. Anyways, I've slimmed it down. It's only about 5/8 of an inch thick worth of stuff now. There's some spots that are frayed, right? There's some spots that are worn. The stitching, incredibly, is held up on this thing, no matter what. The stitching has never popped anywhere. There's not a place on this wallet where there is a thread showing through or fuzzing or snapped. The snaps themselves, 30 years later, still do this. It's incredible. On the back, where, you know, the permanently, like a couch gets a butt print after a number of years of sitting in the same spot, you can see where the shape of credit cards has kind of, you know, left its permanent shape in the side of the leather. The bottom corner is worn through. There's probably about 1/8 of an inch where you can see the corners of those credit cards, and on that same side up near the top, you can see where the leather is starting to. I won't use the word disintegrate, but you can see where the seam is opened up a little bit. It's not a seam, but where the constant fold alongside those credit cards has created some wear and tear. There's spots on this thing that still have a lot of spots actually that still have the same black shiny patina from when it was brand new. A lot of the inside too. It's the pockets themselves are all still perfectly in shape. Nothing is cracked or worn or anything like. Oh, it's worn. Jesus, it's not cracked or damaged at all. All of the original pockets on the outside, flaps, as well as in the middle. There's another pocket flap. It's all held up. It's all held up incredibly well. And oh, there's a sticker. There's still a sticker on the damn thing. On the back panel, there's a. I don't know, I've been looking at this thing, turning over my hands for 10 minutes, and I completely look past the fact that way back in 1995, there was a really popular rock station here in my town, and I got their sticker, and I slapped the sticker on the wallet, and it's still there, and the sticker's almost completely worn, all the color. It's just a white circle bubble shape, and you can see some of the numbers and a little bit of the color, but it's still there, the sticker. Anyways, it's something that my kids, as each one of them reaches a teenage age, has questioned, like, how long have you had that wallet? And I can say confidently, almost my entire life. And this is the first wallet I ever got, and it's the same wallet I have now, 30 years later. And then inevitably there's talk about what's going to happen to that wallet when you die. Thanks. First of all, yes, it is an established fact that I am going to die someday. I hope that that's not for a while. I hope that we don't have to contend with this question anytime soon. I sincerely hope that I have many more wonderful years with you ingrates. But the question does come up: what happens to the wallet when I shuffle off my mortal coil and depart this plane of existence? I don't know. I have 6 children, so it's kind of hard to say who of the 6 would get custody of it. I certainly intend that my wife shall outlive me. So my hope would be that she becomes the custodian of this wallet when I move on, and then she can figure out what the hell to do with it. I can't see the wallet getting buried with me. I don't necessarily intend to be buried. I think I want to be cremated, and I think I want to do one of those tree plant things, right? Where like they plant me in the ground with a seed, and then a tree grows with my ashes. But anyways, so it's hard to do a wallet if you do that. I don't know. I think it'd be one of those things that just has to be on a mantle somewhere, because it was indicative of me, and it was indicative of my life, and it holds significance for me for a couple of reasons. So there's part 1. That's the wallet. Let me give you part 2. Why this thing is so important to me. As I said, I got this as a gift from my mother, and I think it was when I was turning 14. I guess that must be what it is, because I remember being 13, 14. I don't know if it was a birthday present. It was a long time ago, guys. We were poor. We lived in poverty. I grew up in poverty. My mother worked in manufacturing. She was she generally speaking, she soldered circuit boards. In the days before there were machines that built machines, my mother would sit on an assembly line with a soldering iron in hand, and she would make circuit boards for different things. And that was always a temporary job. It was always a contract job, either with this company or then over to that company, and then you get laid off for a while and you're on unemployment for a while. I've mentioned before that it was a broken home, so it's just the one income, and raising 3 boys, and I'm the youngest, and there wasn't money laying around, right? Money wasn't a thing in my house. It was an interesting life, right? Food stamps, free cheese, milk, bread, and honey at the church around the corner every Sunday, just to make sure we had those staples. Money was not a thing that my mother had in abundance. And she didn't give me this wallet as a wrapped gift, okay? It wasn't like, hey, sweetie, here's this thing. Unwrap the present and open the box. No. She took me to the Harley Davidson store. I don't remember why. There was some reason we were out, and she says, we're going to go to this store. And God, so many of the details are fuzzy to me, but I know she wanted to get me a gift. It may have specifically been that she knew I needed a wallet. Beating around the bush, and just get to the damn point. This thing cost $70. 70. Okay. That's a lot of money to my mother in 1989 to spend on me. That was huge. I remember being shocked when she said, "Yeah, get that one." And I saw the price tag, and I saw that it was $70, and I don't know what the calculus was. And I never really had a conversation with her about it. It never came up, but it always stuck with me. Why in the world, when you know that we are broke, you know that you are the one juggling all the bills and everything, and yet you bought me this wallet that you could not afford. But it was important to you, and it's important to me. It is monumentally important to me. It's one of the things that guides how I parent now. Like and my family's had money and we've been poor. My kids have known what it's like to be told no and to be told yes when it comes to getting fun things that you want. This wallet has always reminded me that sometimes it's about experiences. Sometimes it's about getting something nice for yourself. And that, life is difficult, life is challenging, life doesn't make anything easy. You got to work hard for what you got and what you want. But sometimes it's okay to invest. And it's okay. I don't know if I'm making any sense or not. I'm actually having a bit more of an emotional moment than I expected to. I thought when I picked this wallet as my topic of the thing that's important to me, I think I kind of expected it to be a little thin on content or on topic here. But no, it's true. Because I look at the way my kids view this wallet and the questions they ask and how profound it is that I've had this for my whole life, and they know that story. I've told them the story to a degree, that my mother bought this for me as a gift when I was a teenager, and that she spent way too much money on it. Because I want them to see what I saw in that sense. That sometimes it's not about money, sometimes it's about experiences and showing someone that they are worth the investment. Yeah. So, okay. I'll go around in too many more circles about this here. So that's that. That is what is important to me. This week I answered my own question. What's important to you? As I put my wallet back in my back pocket here. Ugh. One more time, I want to know what's important to you. Right? Is it a person? Is it a place? Is it a thing? Is it an experience, a memory, a concept? I would love for you to tell me your story. So click the link below. Leave me a voicemail. Tell me your story so I can share your voice here on this little podcast. But that'll do for now. That'll do for this week. It's Friday. I'm going to stop here, and I'll pick up the thread on Monday with the next episode. A new question. We'll see if anybody answers this question for this week. We'll play that and address that on Monday before we pick up the thread on a new question for the week. So that's it. I'm done. Thank you very much. If you put any time into this, please share the podcast. Share this with a friend. Share this with a family member. I know I wasn't going to do all that promotional stuff, but hey, why not? You've invested the time in me. I would love to invest some time in you, and thank you for your time. I appreciate it. All right, that's it. That's all I got. And wherever you are, I hope you have a good one.